Welcome back to Unlock, Empower, Transform with Shay Blackman, episode 29. I'm your host, Shay, and today we're killing something that should have died years ago, the annual performance review. If you're still doing yearly reviews thinking they're driving performance, I've got news for you. They're not. They're driving anxiety, resentment, and your best talent right out the door. Today, I'm sharing what high-value leaders do instead, including lessons from transformative employee roundtables that actually change cultures, not just checked boxes. Let me paint you a picture from my early HR days. I watched managers spend weeks writing performance reviews that employees would read for 5 minutes, sign grudgingly, then file away until next year's torture session. Meanwhile, real performance issues festered for months, and achievements went uncelebrated until they were ancient history. Here's the truth nobody wants to admit. Traditional performance reviews are theater, bad theater. They're designed to protect companies from lawsuits, not develop people. And in our increasingly distributed work environments, they're completely obsolete. Let me tell you about a plant manager who completely transformed his organization using what I call the Roundtable Revolution. This wasn't some Silicon Valley startup. This was a traditional manufacturing plant with union workers who'd seen every management fad come and go. Instead of annual reviews, he implemented monthly employee roundtables. But here's what made them different. They weren't random complaint sessions. They were structured for transformation. Teams were organized by function, ensuring diverse voices. Every session produced an action item list with owners and deadlines. And here's the kicker. They reconvened the same groups to report on progress. Within 18 months, the conversations evolved from grievances about supervisor favoritism to ideas about quality improvements and efficiency innovations. Why? Because consistent, structured dialogue built trust. People saw their input creating real change. The secret sauce? Leadership commitment. This wasn't an HR initiative. The plant manager personally attended. When managers couldn't make time, meetings were rescheduled, sending a powerful message about what mattered. Compare that to your annual review. Which approach actually drives performance? Now I know what you're thinking. That's great for a plant, but my team is scattered across 3 time zones. Actually, distributed teams need this approach even more. When you can't read body language in the break room or have impromptu desk conversations, you need intentional connection points. Not another Zoom meeting where everyone's on mute checking email, real dialogue. Here's what works in distributed environments. First, establish consistent rhythms. Not annual, not quarterly, monthly at minimum. Your brain needs regular touch points to maintain trust relationships. Second, make it dialogue, not monologue. Traditional reviews are managers talking at employees. High-value cultures create conversations. Use breakout rooms, collaborative documents, anything that gets people actively participating. Third, focus forward, not backward. Reviews look at what happened. Roundtables look at what's possible. There's a reason your car windshield is bigger than your rearview mirror. I've seen distributed teams use this approach to build stronger cultures than co-located teams. One tech company implemented weekly performance partnerships, 15-minute one-on-ones focused on removing barriers, not evaluating past performance. Their engagement scores jumped 34% in 6 months. At Shay Blackman Consulting, we call it continuous cultural calibration, CBC for short. It's not about reviewing performance. It's about removing barriers to excellence. Here's the framework. Check-ins, not checkups. We're exploring together, not examining from above. Building, not breaking. Every conversation should build capability, confidence, or connection. Consistent, not cyclical. Excellence isn't annual. Neither should be your development conversations. The Shield Resilience Strategy Guide I created includes a section on daily practices because resilience isn't built in annual reviews. It's built through consistent, supportive interactions that acknowledge challenges while building strength. Here's what this looks like practically. Instead of, you need to improve your communication skills, try, what would help you feel more confident presenting to senior leadership? Instead of rating someone's teamwork 1 to 5, ask what support from the team would help you excel. See the difference? One judges, the other empowers. One looks backward, the other builds forward. Here's your transformation exercise. You can literally start this tomorrow. Replace your next scheduled performance review with what I call a growth dialogue. 3 questions only. 1. What's working that we should amplify? 2. What's blocking your best performance? 3. What support would make the biggest difference? That's it. No ratings, no rankings, no forced distribution curves, just genuine conversation about growth. Document the responses, create action items, follow up within 2 weeks. Watch what happens when people realize you're invested in their success, not their evaluation. One company tried this with their problem department, the one with highest turnover and lowest morale. Within 3 months, that department had the highest engagement scores. Why? Because people finally felt heard, not judged. Look, performance reviews aren't dying. They're already dead. They just don't know it yet. They're the workplace equivalent of sending faxes. Sure, some companies still do it, but we all know there's a better way. High-value leaders don't review performance. They develop it. They don't evaluate people. They empower them. They don't wait for annual cycles. They create continuous growth. In high-value leadership, I talk about how culture is built through daily interactions, not annual events. Your performance approach should reflect that reality. Want to build resilience while you're transforming your performance approach? Download my Free Shield Resilience Strategy Guide at the link below. It includes daily practices that create the foundation for continuous growth, exactly what we've been discussing today. Drop a comment. What's the worst performance review practice you've experienced? Let's collectively bury these outdated approaches. Next Tuesday, we're diving into the vulnerability advantage, why authentic leaders win. Because if we're killing performance reviews, we better talk about what real leadership looks like. Until then, remember, stop reviewing performance. Start developing it. Stop evaluating people. Start empowering them. That's how you unlock, empower, and transform.